Hi, this is Kritia from EatSmartHsmart.com, and today I wanted to go over Biggest Loser Season number 8, Episode number 1. I've never watched the full episode or any full episode of The Biggest Loser before because I've always found it quite difficult to watch the challenge that these people who were overweight had with their weight and really had with their emotions. But obviously with the launch of EatSmartHsmart.com and the purpose being a platform that help you adopt better eating habits and obviously healthier living habits, I found that it was actually very important for me to watch the show because I knew that I would be able to learn a few things, and I most importantly knew that I would be able to communicate what I had learned to you. So I think the most important thing from that show, there were two very sort of fundamental parts of the show that really affected me. The first part was the first challenge. The first challenge was quite shocking in terms of the results. Now, I should start by saying that there was a little bit of a curveball in the sense that they brought back Daniel, who was the biggest, heaviest contestant from season number 7. He had lost over 100 pounds, but he was still looking to lose a lot more. They brought him back, and they decided that the contestants were going to run the last mile, and I had to actually figure out what a mile was because I function in kilometers, and that's a little over a kilometer, and that's basically the last mile of the Biggest Loser marathon. I for sure, sitting in front of my telly, thought, piece of cake. I mean, these people are going to be doing this in no time, and they're going to be sitting and chit-chatting about how easy that was. I was not prepared to watch 16 people struggle to run 1 mile of a marathon. And I should say that pretty much other than 2 or 3 people who were running, everybody else was walking, and some people were just almost barely moving. Daniel finished first. It took him over 14 minutes to finish, and Alan, the firefighter, came in second. Tracy, who had a comfortable lead at a certain point, got surpassed by Daniel, and at a certain point, she collapsed. She collapsed on the floor. She could not get up anymore. And she was crawling her way to the finish line because she said, I have to finish this, I have to finish this. At a certain point, she could no longer crawl. She was on her back. Paramedics were around her. The entire participants, everybody, all the participants were around her. People were really seriously concerned. I was freaking out in front of my telly because her eyes were rolling at the back of her head, and I thought, this woman is going to die on camera. They had to rush her to the hospital via helicopter. It was that bad. And she was there for a whole week. The first full week of the challenge, she could not participate. And that really went to show you how all of this abuse through food and a sedentary lifestyle has affected some simple tasks like running 1 mile. And all of the participants came to this really sad conclusion. It was a very scary moment for everybody. Alan, the firefighter, his job depends on being able to be mobile and agile to really help people who are in dire situations, caught in fire, or different situations of that nature. And he said that his body was so much in pain that he couldn't even help somebody who needed to be helped. And that really spoke volume. The other really impactful event during the first episode of season 8 of Biggest Loser was Shay. Shay today is the heaviest contestant. She weighs 476 pounds. She has a body fat index of 57%. Almost 60% of her body is fat. And that fat is sitting around her vital organs. You can see her stomach. She is literally a walking time bomb. When she got on that scale, Trainer Bob gasped. You could have seen his expression. He was like, and he said, this is the heaviest group of participants we've ever had on the show. And this is reflective of what's happening right now in America. And he could not be more right. Now, Shay has a really emotional story. Her mom is a former heroin addict. She watched her mom shoot herself. Her mom died at the age of 48, weighing over 300 pounds. Shay is carrying a lot of emotion, a lot of baggage, and she's been carrying those for 29 years, and they have been eating her up and killing her. Now, you can imagine it when you're carrying that much weight. The first workout you do is not going to be a happy workout. She struggled through that first workout, and Jillian was in her face the whole time, yelling at her, throwing the F word in her face, telling her, you've got to do it. Shay had enough at a certain point. She abandoned. She went out. I understood that she was willing to walk out because Jillian was yelling a lot, and it was interesting to see how Jillian and Bob handled the situation because they decided to let her think about things and let her make the decision to come back, and that was really brilliant because she did come back, because I think she realized that she had two options: early grave, or she does something about her situation. It was very simple. It's either she goes into her early grave at 30, or two, she said, I'm going to basically put behind me any drama that I have in my head, any limitations that I have in my head, and I'm going to walk back into that room and I'm going to try again. And that's what she did, and that was absolutely brilliant. I was very happy for her. So she did finish the first workout, and she actually managed to lose quite a lot of weight, and that was really good, and I think it boosted her confidence. Now, obviously, with any of those reality shows, there is an elimination. The first team that was at the bottom was the black team, and that was Julio and Alexandra. Julio is a father of two who desperately needs to lose the weight. Alexandra is a young student, and the team decided to send her home because they felt that she actually would be able to continue with her healthy eating and healthy lifestyle, all those tips that she learned at home. And they were right. They were absolutely right, because they showed Alexandra her progress at the end of the show. She lost 60 pounds. She's eating well. She's exercising. She's got mom and friends all involved in this healthy lifestyle, and it's fantastic. And it was really, really, again, heartbreaking when she explained that she lost now enough weight to be able to sit comfortably in those university chairs, whereas before she couldn't even sit and fit in one. And that really tells you the struggle that some overweight people have. So obviously, I'm going to review all of the episodes of Biggest Loser and really try to bring out some of the lessons. And I have a post on the site that's very, very long that goes into detail. You definitely want to go and check that out. Just type Biggest Loser in the search bar and you'll find it. And definitely keep watching and come to HSmart.com. Loads of great tips on healthy living and healthy lifestyle. Thank you for watching.